pop off. It's going insane. He was the creative director for Gary Vaynerchuk and for Alex Hormozi. And now he just recently went on his own. He was on a podcast with Jay Klaus recently. That is 10 out of 10. Okay? 10 out of 10. All right, number 2. This one is tricky. It's Sean Puri. Sean Puri is the co-host of the My First Million podcast. And now listen, that podcast is great for business. They're going to give you business ideas and all these different things, which is fine. I don't listen for that. But 90% of what they say is going to be like business stuff. But 10% of what Sean will talk about on his newsletter, on My First Million, solo episodes, is marketing. And that 10% is gold. It's like some of this most insane stuff that blows my mind. So Sean Puri, but you got to truly like dig into the weeds with him. Okay, so we're now 7 people in. We just talked about branding and positioning with those 2 guys. Now let's talk about monetization. Okay, one of my other mentors, these are actually 2 of my other mentors, is Ben Bader. Ben Bader is the info prince. The prince of info is what I would call him. Okay, the prince of Miami. You know what I mean? The Van Cleef on the wrist, the courtside seats at the Miami Heat games. You know what I'm saying? The Porsche 911s. Let's ride. I don't know what just happened to me right there. Ben has a burner Instagram called Benny Jets that you want to go follow. That's where he spits all of his game. And then he has a course or a community called Artisan Lab. I am in that community. It has been extremely formative for me, and he's going to teach you how to do copywriting, landing pages, funnels, VSLs, and the guest speakers in there are 10 out of 10. Okay, so I'd heavily suggest getting into Artisan Lab. Number 2, another person who I have paid for coaching is Nicholas Cole. Nicholas Cole is a writer. He's a ghostwriter at first. So if you're seeing this and you're like, I don't want to get in front of a camera, forget anybody I've ever said and just go to Nicholas Cole. He's like the writer of this group. But more importantly, for me specifically, is inside of his community called PGA is a gold mine of how to build an agency. It's like changed my life, guys. I can't explain that enough. It's expensive. It's high ticket. Worth it, though, if you're trying to go build an agency route. That with Artisan Lab and then Cut 30. Those are 3 courses that I've all paid for. I think the only 3 courses I've ever paid for, and they've all been phenomenal. And the last 2 people are on mindset, and do not overlook these. Do not overlook these. I have every morning, I would say 80% of my mornings, I've woken up and I've listened to a YouTube channel called Inspired by Florian, Florian. And all this is 2-hour edits of like podcast clips, movie clips, motivational clips. And it's just 30 seconds of Joe Rogan, terrible example, of saying something motivational. Alex Hormozi saying something motivational. David Goggins saying something motivational. And it just like gets in your effing like psyche that you can do it, man. And you have to like start your day with it. Like I start my day with the Bible and then Inspired by Florian. It's like, I just have to, because I will lose self-belief so fast. And that's so corny, but I just have it on. Just Goggins telling me, who's going to carry the boats? Who's going to carry it? As I'm just freaking writing an email. I'm not even kidding. That's been one of the most important parts of my journey. And then the last one. This is what I think separates me. And honestly, I didn't even want to give this away. It is the Founders Podcast with David Sinera. And what you do, you're studying history's greatest entrepreneurs. And you're taking the principles and you're applying it to content. If you were to deep dive David Sinera's Founders Podcast and then deep dive my TikToks, you would see parallels of how I would binge every single Steve Jobs podcast in the Founders Podcast. And I'm pulling up principles of Steve Jobs. Oh, Steve Jobs counterpositioned. Oh, Steve Jobs stretched the TAM. Oh, Steve Jobs did this. And then I'm applying it to niches and contents, because I truly believe history's greatest entrepreneurs are the best people to study in any niche. Any niche in the world. If you are a freaking gardener, go study how Elon Musk built freaking Tesla and apply it to your garden. Okay? That is my edge, I believe. And if you made it this far, then you deserve it. You deserve my edge. But if you didn't make it this far, too bad for them. All right, there it is. I'm going to recap one more time. Alex Garcia, Oren Meets World, Colin Landforce. Those three guys, the Cut 30 guys, they're phenomenal. Number four is Callaway, and then Courtney Johnson. These are your people who are going to teach you short form content, and you're going to become a legend at content strategy and short form content. Then we go to branding and positioning. We have Caleb Ralston and Sean Purry. They're going to teach you how to counter position and make brand pillars and association and what to talk about and what not to talk about. Then we move to monetization, which is Ben Bader and Artisan Lab, and Nicholas Cole with Premium Ghostwriting Academy. And then we go to mindset with Inspired by Florian and the Founders Podcast. Hell yeah.
If you're stuck under 300 views on TikTok, almost all the time it's because of 3 reasons. And I'm going to go through each one and tell you how to get around it. So make sure you save this so you can come back to it later. And all of our videos about helping people grow on TikTok and achieve the potential that they have on TikTok. So make sure you drop us a follow so you don't miss anything. Now, the very first reason your videos will be stuck at 300 views or below is because of the topic of the video. If it's a super obscure topic, or if it's not very clear what the video is about, then it's just not going to go anywhere. You break out of 300 views purely down to the amount of engagement that you're getting on a video, and the amount of engagement you're going to get in a video will directly increase as the popularity of the topic that you're talking about increases as well. So if you're stuck at low views and you think it's because of this, creator searching sites is the best place to go. You find topics that are actually popular within your niche. But the next step here where a lot of people fail is that you've got to go into these, you've got to look at the videos that are doing well. You've got to see the quality of the standard that's doing well for these videos, and you've got to one-up it. You can just one-up it by adding your own personality, but make sure the value's there. Now, the second reason you're going to be stuck at under 300 views, and it relates to the topic, but it takes too long for people to figure out what the video is about. As soon as people land on your video, within a second, if not 2, they should know what the video is about, and they should know if the video is for them. So be really honest with yourself, put yourself in the shoes of your audience, watch your videos before posting, and just count how long does it take until it's really obvious what the video is about. Now, if you think you're guilty of this, the ways around it is to have some text on screen as soon as the video starts, just explaining some context about the video. You need to make sure there's not a long pause before you get into it, because people don't have time for that on here. They'll scroll past. And the first line or 2 that you deliver in the video need to be spot on. People should hear it and go, this is for me, this is on a topic I'm interested in. If your first couple of seconds of the video don't scratch up to that, then the people you want to stick around aren't going to stick around. And going back to what we said before, they're not going to interact with it. Now, the third reason why your videos are stuck at 300 views is because TikTok doesn't understand what your video is about. If TikTok assigned a category to your video, then it means whenever somebody searches for your topic, your video is going to come up and you'll get views. And it means whenever TikTok finds someone with related